There we go. That's better. Now you can hear me. Shoulder hurts. I don't know what I did. It feels like I got shot.
Rufus_Doofus0 just followed.
Hey, thanks for the follow. Still trying to get a couple things set up. I wasn't originally planning on streaming today. And figured my schedule had been kind of inconsistent the last couple weeks that I might as well hop on today. And I'm all out of whack right now. All right, what was I doing? God, it's been, oh God, it's probably been a week since I've touched the code for this. What was I working on? I think I was working on the, let me pull up source control. That's right, I was working on the weapon bench. Trying to think, like the weapon bench. That's right. Okay, I was using an enum basically to tell the UI manager what to. Yeah. That's weird that I was doing it that way, but okay, we'll roll with that. I think there was a reason why I was doing it. Oh Lord. Okay, so the actual, I gotta create the actual menu now, I believe. Oh hey. Okay, that checks out. Did I message in the Alpaca Discord? I'm trying to, I don't even remember. And oh, was that in the Davis one? Oh yeah, that's in the Davis one. Okay. I had posted in both of them, and the other shop is the one that I mainly hang out at. But that's cool. But yeah, I do play Pokemon and hang out at Alpacas. Yeah, I just do game dev here, really. Like I said, I haven't touched this in like 2 weeks, and I have barely streamed in the last 2 weeks because I've been crazy busy and I don't remember what I was doing. I just gotta get my bearings straight. Yeah, I actually have not even, I haven't actually even stepped foot in the other shop yet. I don't really go out that way all that often, and like when I am out near that shop, it's never a time that I can actually go. So yeah, I just haven't been to that one. Okay, so the UI manager is creating the weapon bench menu. The weapon bench menu is somewhat setting it up. All right, let's just go ahead and make a game object, and let's just go from here. So I didn't get to do the Surging Sparks release because what was it? I didn't realize, I like completely failed on planning, and it didn't realize that the one at the Fairfield one was on the Saturday. So I was like, oh, no big deal, I'll go on the following Friday. But then that was the day that it was like raining pretty bad, and I just don't, it was one of those, like I've gotten stuck out there before in like heavy rain, and so the weather kind of freaked me out. I'm pretty sure the rain ended up not even being super bad, but the weather was saying that it was gonna be kind of bad when I was leaving, so I didn't actually get to do the pre-release. But I do have my ETB here, and I had done a. I tore through my booster box like. I don't know, like a few days after I was able to pick it up. Remember, I don't think I pulled anything crazy. Trying to think, pulling out my binder now. Let's see. I did get a I got the special illustration of Clement's quick wit. No, so the ETBs just have they just have card sleeves, which I was kind of disappointed because I was looking forward to having because I run a Galvantula EX deck, and so it was like an electric type deck, so I wanted to get the ETB because they always come with sleeves and there's usually a Pokemon in it. And then of course the Pikachu ones are just this lightning bolt. There was no Pikachu sleeve. Other than that, it's just a couple boosters. I want to say it's like 8 boosters or something like that. There's like a pack of like energies and stuff, which I'm pretty sure mine are still even like sealed. I don't know if I've opened them. There's like dice and stuff in there. And then there's usually a promo card. And for this set was this god awful Magneton that when I got my booster box, I was hoping that I pulled enough Magneton so I didn't have to use this card, because it's just, I don't like the card. It's just hard to look at. Let's see, what else did I get? I got 2 Black Kyurem EXs. One of them was the special illustration. I got a Flygon EX, which is cool because I just like Flygon. I got the special illustration rare of let me see. Okay, Fanpea was in the set. So I got that Fanpea. I got Mesprit. I got Clement's Quick Wit. The Alolan Doug Trio full art special illustration. I think it's special illustration. I don't remember what all the icons mean. Yeah, I didn't pull anything like super crazy. All I wanted was yeah, the Alolan Doug Trio is cool. I ran the Alolan Doug Trio a few years ago in VGC. Is this 0 energy? I didn't even pay that close attention to it. Hang on. Oh, it is. 0 energy can only, if you don't have exactly 3 cards in your hand, this attack does nothing. That's, yeah, I didn't even actually read the card. I just was like, oh, this is cool, then stuck it in the sleeve. Yeah, the main things I was looking for out of that deck was the Magnemite Magnetons, because I run Galvantula, and I want the Magnetons for the quick, oh shit, I can't get the energies onto my Galvantula bailout. And then I wanted Pikachu's too, just because I want to run Pikachu, and I've already got like the accelerator for Pikachu with having the Joltik since I run Galvantula. Yeah, it knocks out the Magneton, so it does cost me, it'll cost me a prize to do it, but with how finicky Galvantula is to keep him going, I kind of need it sometimes. Because Galvantula basically relies on me having pulling glass trumpets. That way I can take the energies out of my discard. Hopefully my bench has a bunch of Blissies in it so that I can happy switch all those energies onto my Galvantula. And then ideally have the power glass on it so that way I can retain the energy after I attack, or one of the energies after I attack, and just keep the item lock going. All right, we need a menu. Okay, so we need a new. Oh yeah, I did need that. in and then how's this set up? When I only started playing, oh, I guess you know that because I posted in the Discord. I started out with I started out just buying the Gardevoir like League Battle DX deck, whatever the hell it was called, and I kind of just played that, and I had the intent of upgrading that into I had the intention of upgrading that into like the Gardevoir deck, and then I found out about the Galvantula deck, and I was like, this seems really cool. I built it in live. I was like, this is really cool. It's really hard to play, but it's fun to play. So I ended up completely pivoting and just built Galvantula, which is also nice because I think the Galvantula deck cost me like $30 to build. It was super cheap. I say as I'm also running like the special illustration rare whatever Galvantula card that was like, that's like a $40 card or something like that. So like that one card in my deck is worth more than that entire deck is like base cards. All right. Okay, wait, I did do it that way? Huh. Oh, are you a developer too? That's cool. Yeah, I used to have it as like the pink, but it was like a little harsh to like look at for me personally. Okay, so I do have the canvas in the thing. Okay. The blue was like just a little bit nicer to look at for me personally. All right. This. I need another one of these so I can remember kind of how I made this look. All right, that was just. Okay, yeah, I hear that a lot. I am a software engineer by trade, so I kind of have that like advantage, and I think I've been doing this stuff for, I mean, I've been a professional software engineer for like 6 years at this point. I've been toying with this stuff on and off for probably like the last like 10 years, but I've only really taken it seriously the last few years once I had a footing as a developer and actually understood what I was doing just as a developer, and then making games suddenly made way more sense. Let's see, I started out in Unity probably, I was in college when I started out with Unity, which was back in like 2014, 2015. Used it for quite a while. Switched to Unreal Engine probably like right before COVID, because I remember part of what I did during like the lockdowns and stuff, because I had got furloughed at work. I ended up buying a ton of like Unreal classes in Unreal, or Udemy classes in Unreal, and I did that a lot when I was pseudo unemployed. And then I think when I started this project that I'm working on right now, I decided to switch to 2D, and Unreal is a little heavy for 2D. And I was relearning Unity, and it was right around the time last year when Unity decided to make choices and piss everybody off and stuff. So I, like a lot of people, jumped to Godot, developed this game in Godot for probably like the last year. And then after some frustrations with the engine from a lot of like technical standpoints and stuff, I ended up deciding to port it back over, or port it to Unity. So I spent the last month rewriting the like a year's worth of progress that I made in Godot in Unity, and have got basically back to essentially where I was. Now what's funny too is so the big thing was there was a few things with just the editor itself I didn't like. I was running into a lot of issues with scenes corrupting, like a lot. I had scenes corrupting a lot, and all the research I was doing on it, and it was nothing I was doing too, because like I know Godot is a little bit finicky in the first place and it's easy to corrupt them. It was nothing I was doing, and they were just corrupting for no reason. Finally got to the point where I was like, all right, I'll just listen to people, and I updated to another version that supposedly addressed that issue, which it didn't, of course, but then caused all sorts of other issues. So then I was back to square one, where I was like, I still was dealing with like corruptions and stuff. GD script itself I don't like. It's missing so many like things that I want to use, like even something as simple as like interfaces and stuff like that, and just having access to a lot of C# libraries. And then people's always common response was, oh well, Godot supports C#, just go use C# for Godot. And I was like, yeah, that's fine and dandy and all, but like, granted, for the specific instances of this game, it doesn't matter. But like, if I'm making like small like web games like on the side to break the monotony of working on this game all the time, C# doesn't have web builds in Godot, so that basically made C# essentially unusable. There was a lot of other things. It's been a minute since I've talked about it, so I don't remember like all of them, but I had like a really, really long list. The funny thing too is like the week that I decided to make the change, it was like a Tuesday or Wednesday. I was like, screw it, I'm gonna do it. I spent a couple messing around in Unity, trying to relearn it and stuff like that. Then ended up making this project. I got a decent amount of work on it done, and then the following Monday I was gonna announce on stream that I was like, hey, I'm switching to Unity, and here, you know, and showing everything that I had already done. And of course it was the weekend that all that other like Twitter drama and stuff happened with Godot. So then a lot of my friends were like kind of teasing me and stuff about that I was switched because of it, but it had nothing to do with that stuff. But I just had phenomenal timing. All that as I'm also sitting here opening Godot because I need to find some assets that I haven't moved over yet. It was some political stuff. Some dude somewhere on Twitter made some stupid comment about only like woke studios or something like that use pre-made game engines or something like that, and blah blah blah. Like the most like unhinged, like made absolutely no sense whatsoever like comment. In which then the community manager like responded to it and stuff like that, which was, while innocent in itself, still technically a political statement, which then naturally, with how the internet works, people got upset, which that's the internet. I mean, there's nothing you can do about that. But then the problem was the community manager didn't really handle the situation very well and apparently like resorted to just like going on this mass blocking spree or something like that. That's the extent that I remember of it. Like I said, I really didn't get involved with it because I don't care. But it was just a whole thing. In here trying to find. I don't think I actually had a. Oh, I don't think I actually. Okay, so when I started porting this, I didn't actually have a window created for this thing yet. 20 by 1080. Let's go ahead and make this the same size. We're just gonna stick with that for the time being. Let's make it not so rough on the eyes. Okay, so the loot menu itself has the loot menu script, so I need to add the this guy to it. That's not the right script. I don't have. Yeah, I do. So this is this script right here. Hold on. Remove all this garbage. That's what I'm looking for. There it goes. I do need to, so I need to add a item description to this bad boy. And I think to start, I need the weapon list. So that's going to be an inventory content component, which is going to be this guy. Nope. Oh, you're going to be a child of that. Description's going to go there. This guy is going to go here. Probably should do the old rundown of what I'm actually working on, but I'm in a weird state right now where the game, the original game in Godot didn't have, or is broken right now, so I can't just pull up the Godot build and show it off. And I haven't gotten this game to a point, or the port yet, to Unity to a point where there's actually like gameplay yet, because I've just been rebuilding features. But essentially it is a 2D extraction shooter type game, so think like Escape from Tarkov or stuff like that. But it's got the zombie aspect to it, because who doesn't love a good zombie game? So it's, the idea is, why can't I move that? There we go. So there's a whole like weapon modification system where you can find, you know, weapons and components and stuff. You can swap them out as you want. No, I don't want to scale that. There's a reputation system, so certain like factions in the game, you know, can either be friendly with you and trade with you, all the way up to like they'll shoot you on sight. Trying to think what other stuff, do I have in here for features wise. But yeah, I mean, it's typical extraction shooter. You go in, do quests, grab stuff, get money, go back in, that whole game loop. I need to actually write a proper like elevator pitch for this at some point, but I haven't. I think that's fine. Let's go ahead and put this like that. Oh, the asteroids game. I forgot about that. So way back, I had this idea on stream to do like a mini game Monday thing where specifically on Mondays, I worked on something different than Zomclave, and I kind of built like small focused games from the ground up to kind of, you know, as an educational thing to show like how I go about making games, but like being able to go through like a real short thing. I don't even remember what a good high score that is. I haven't even touched that project in ages. But the funny thing is I did it like once and then never did it again because I never came up with another idea. Here, if I pop over like this. God, the controls are wonky. Oh, there was a bit of lag. I got 36. Do with that as you will. All right, I think in here somewhere is a way to change how many columns appear in here. I don't remember where that is. Oh, fixed column count 5. Did it really? That doesn't surprise me. It was literally a game that I made in I think it took 2 weeks to build that game, and by 2 weeks I mean like 2 streams. So that means I've worked on it for a whopping like 4 or 5 hours. Let me see if it. I also don't know if it's necessarily like a if it's an issue that I did, or if it's a if I did something wrong when I was uploading the game to itch. Watch, now that I want to hit one, I'm not going to be able to do it. Oh, no, it's... Yeah, okay, yeah, who knows? Like I said, I'm not going to claim that that is the most like, you know, robust game in the world. So I'm going to make this, change that to 1. And then I should be able now to take this guy and make that a prefab. Get it out of here. And then the weapon bench menu needs to be attached here. So then I need to make something temporary to... There we go. Oh, actually, while I'm at it, where's my... I have a sprite for this laying around. Let me go find it. Workbench. Let's put this in. This, I'm gonna hate that I did it like this, but let's grab that. Let's drag this guy in here. Pixels per unit, 16. Not that. It's point no filter. Save that off. So then a workbench itself needs to have. Oh god, shortcut does not do what I wanted to. Control Shift M. That's what it is. Workbench. You need a sprite renderer. You need a rigid body and a box collider. And now I can add the weapon bench script to it. Let's attach you. Let's just put that up there for now. And then I believe I handle everything else through code. Weapon bench, workbench. I don't. Okay, so all this stuff needs to... Okay, so stuff like the rigid body, that... That's, I think that's all I have to do through there. I need to switch these monitors. Let's go like that. And there we go. Edit this guy. I don't know why these keep defaulting to like an insanely small. All right, so provided I didn't forget to hook anything up, I should be able to go interact with this that has gravity. Remove the gravity. Why are you still falling? That's why. I'm not setting any of the parent stuff up. I figure out what that error is coming from, but there we go. Now it's not falling anymore. And oh, come on, really? Are you gonna be in the way? At least he works. Let's put you down there for now. All right. So it should just work, and I should see my menu pop up, and it'll only. So right now I've got a gun and a piece of armor in my inventory. It should only load the gun. It did nothing. Hey, door indicator, how's it going, man? I have not put your changes to the scriptable object editor in yet because I haven't been on a clean branch yet. And I'm also not as I haven't been as rushed to do it because at least it's functioning. I'm definitely looking forward to it being a little bit nicer, but yeah. So yeah, that one I'll get in when I'm at a point where I have a clean branch. But like when you first did it, I was really trying to get myself on a clean branch so that way I could get that stuff in. And to be honest too, it's also like it'll probably get done when I actually start editing a lot of the items, because like I don't think about it because I'm not really using the tool all that much in the first place right now. So I just don't think about it. As soon as I'm using it more, then I'm gonna be like, oh yeah. Okay, so we're getting. Why is that one working differently than the other ones? Yeah, these ones open in. Oh, that's a bug. That's because it is the RuneScape music. See? Okay, why does that break? That's a bug I didn't know existed. Which means okay, so I can open it, I can close it, I can open it. And it breaks the second time. Like that? I'm with the same key has already been added. What? Weird. Okay, hold on. So the UI manager. Do I need to? I don't think I need to do that, but let's just null it out just in case. That error's not making sense to me for what I'm doing right here. Oh, door indicator. I sorted out the scene switching nonsense I was dealing with, where the second I opened a different scene in Unity, this auto switcher didn't work. Who would have thought all it needed was a little bit of a little bit of regex that I had to Google how to do, because regex is witchcraft, and if you say you know how to do it, I don't trust you. I don't trust you as a human. All right, let's see what's happening when I'm opening these menus. So I open it. I'm creating a new menu. I'm opening it. Yeah, that's fine. I'm setting the menu to the menu. Everything's cool. Okay. So I open it. And then I close it. Open it again. Loop menu is null. Dude, I remember... Dude, in college, man, we had an entire, like, a section of, like, one of our classes where we were going over, like, regex and stuff. And, like, I'm pretty sure we had like, a handful of quizzes that were, like, related to regex. And I'm pretty sure, like, the class average grade was, like, a 50% on those things. And, of course, there was, like, the 2 or 3 people that, like, kept getting A's on them. And we all we also joked all the time that we were gonna burn them at the stake because, like I said, only witches, no regex. The debugger in here is not the best sometimes when it gets into a loot. Yeah, like I said, there's a difference. I think every developer knows a handful of regex scripts because everyone's got like those couple that they use like regular, and they kind of know how to do that. I'm talking the people that you can look at them and be like, I need to do this, and they just spit it out immediately. If you don't have to Google it, I don't trust you. Because like I said, there's some regex that I know that I can do, and like I can stumble my way through regex, but there's a guy, one of my coworkers is insane with it, and we don't trust him. See, you're starting to sound like a witch here. Oh. Why am I... Hold on, what's the call stack here? Well, I'm gonna move this over. I'm saving. That's fine. Okay, so when I close the loot menu, I'm saving. It's coming here. It's looping all the stuff and saving the stuff. So then I come in here. It's doing that guy. That's fine. It does this guy. That's fine. Doesn't know what that is. Doesn't know what that is. Oh, and then I get the error. Is this a load or no? This is converting to a dictionary. I understand and don't understand what the issue is. See, I know how to make APIs. So I thoroughly enjoy making tools like that. I just never have the time to like do it. And I need to do it more because there's so much to be learned when you're like doing stuff like that. So what is, okay, so there's an issue here when I'm, because on menu close, let's say like the loot menu, for example, close menu. If it's savable, that makes sense because that's covering the, that covers the stash. Oh, I don't know what I did here. Oh. So when I save the stash, yeah, I get that. Okay. Where's the stash? That shouldn't be an issue because this is a local. Huh? Like my saving is working, isn't it? Hold on. So I come in here, I drop the gun in here, and we just quit out. Pop back in. So it's good. I close out. And when I pop back in, it's having issues doing that. Yeah, the player doesn't save on close yet. I gotta find a way to elegantly do that and not just give things random, like... No, it doesn't, because when I, it shouldn't be. Because it should be able to, these are all different objects, so like I can... Wait. You might be onto something. No, you are right. Okay, hold on. Shoot, these are custom types. These are by reference. Okay. You're right. Okay, I do need to do that right now then. That's fine. So then we can I'll add this in quick and dirty then. Lootable. No. Inventory. No, not loot menu. You have reference to the player, so I'm gonna go ahead and oh, I don't want to do that twice. Yeah, I don't want to do it this way. I need a better way to do it, but yeah, you're right. That's what's breaking it. No, that's not what was breaking it. Oh, now it's just gone. All right, it doesn't. It's not liking how I'm doing that. I'm surprised I didn't catch that before. I made this like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, probably. I didn't do anything last week, and so This was like one of the first things I did. So let's explain why the guy's not working. So I have a gun in. All right, so I interact with this guy. That shouldn't be visible on. Unless. Oh, no. I don't want to run that. Because, so, like, the weapon stash. On menu open. Yeah, the UI manager is creating a weapon bench menu. Oh, well, I mean, that right there is why it's oh, it's open menu. Yep, no problem, man. I know it's only like, what, 2 in the morning for you? Always appreciate you stopping by. Oh, look, there's my gun. Okay. So this is straight up the interaction's not working right, but that's probably because I don't actually have a. I think it comes down to the player. On menu closed. Yeah, I'll cross that bridge. But yeah, I need to figure out this thing because this is what's. This other bug is a bigger deal because this other bug is going to affect this also. I wish this air was more clear. So the stash. What item does it think it's passing in? Go to that breakpoint. So that should just step out. Yeah, because it doesn't have anything in there. I think, okay, so I think this is coming from the player save then. Man, this is supposed to be a quick, easy thing today. This is going to be a light stream. Just throw that one menu up and happy, and that didn't happen. So that's attached. So that's hitting the stash in the, or the save in the stash. Then I hit the save in the player, and this should save the one. Okay, cool. Come in here, exit again, stash. I'm gonna skip over because there's nothing in there. Here, however, that is the issue. I apparently. I think I found the issue. Okay, so what happens if I just trigger? I need to just trigger this save. We'll say L. That's not a field. That is a method. That's got to be key code dot. Hope if I can spell correctly. I'm just gonna save. That dictionary, I think, is getting cached. Which... It shouldn't matter, though, because... just shouldn't matter. Okay, so that's all fine. I save again. Data is null. Oh, that is okay. That's the issue. Because if I yep, that's the issue. If I do that, data equals new. That's probably why I didn't realize that dictionary was. That dictionary was persistent. That's why it was having issues. That should fix it now. Every time I do this. So I'm gonna go in here, Data is null. Cool. Send on through. Everything's fine and dandy. We're gonna hit that again. Come in here. Step in there. Step in there. Data's null. Run on through. Everything's fine. So that means now if I come over here, here to these breakpoint. Actually, I can just let's just kill the connection. All right. Yeah, let's rerun that. This should be a non-issue now. Yeah, there we go. That fixed that. Okay, so there's that we gotta fix. There's also a weird artifact on this sprite that I need to sort out what's happening. That makes it blurry. Yeah, I'm not surprised there. Point no filter. It's still retaining that weird artifact, which I don't understand why. I'm not going to concern myself with that. We can fix that another time. Okay. All right, so let's figure out why this menu's not closing correctly. All right, sorry about that. I was texting my wife. Okay, so unclose menu. It doesn't. That doesn't just establish why it's not closing in the first place, because it should be being closed regardless, because I'm calling on menu close, which is destroying it, all that fun stuff. On close menu, and close menu I believe is a base menu guy, yeah, which just returns unless you override it, which in the case of like the lootable doesn't do anything. The stash could actually do that though, instead of doing this. That's probably what I'm gonna do, is remove. So in the lootable here I have a, or not in the lootable, in the, oh, it's the loot menu that does it. Yeah, no, never mind, I can't do that. I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick though. Just sit tight for a second. Okay, so in the player, we don't need this. We don't need this garbage anymore. Sorted out what that problem was. If you are managed, that is, oh, you know what? It's because I'm not setting. I'm not setting it here. So what I can do is I'll go, so I don't have to set it every single time. I'll go is menu. On there. So a menu is created. So I'm going to say is menu open is equal to true. And then in the default case, if no menu actually got opened for some reason, in here I'll set this to false. And that's the fail safe to have it not drop out, or to not get stuck in a weird loop. That's why the menu was opening and closing a bunch of times. All right, cool. We're only like 2 hours into, or an hour and a half into stream, and we finally figured that out. Cool. Now I'm realizing, so we had an issue before where interesting. That was weird. So in the old version, I haven't done this yet. When you click these buttons, there's a little menu that pops up with new buttons that tell you if you want to move, equip, blah, 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 and all that stuff. I haven't implemented that, and I now need to do that because I need to have an on-click event. Because right now there's an on-click event for this gun, and when I click it, it just moves it. I need it to open up a menu and have all those other things so I can have the mere act of clicking it do other things easier. Because the problem is in the loop menu. I guess not necessarily. We might have to rework this, but I'm not going to rework it until we have to. So what we need to do now, though, is we're going to have to open up that menu that the one we're just working on. Not that menu. We need this menu. Weapon. This thing is going to have a image on it. Bunch menu. So what we're gonna have here is a I didn't want all that. Print image. Weapon base, or this is gonna be the weapon sprite. And then we also need private inventory content. We're gonna call this the weapon list. Oh, we already have that? We do. You need that. Weapon list dot on item clicked plus equal select weapon. inventory item. Does remove, okay, so if the inventory component, does that return? I believe it returns the item when I remove it from, I guess I don't need to do that either. So first thing we're going to do is player dot inventory dot remove from inventory. We got to pull it out of the inventory because otherwise we're going to end up having like a duplicate item gets added back in. And then we're going to say weapon sprite dot sprite is going to equal the item dot sprite, because my naming convention on the items stuff was amazing. Okay, yeah, so I gotta... let's do private inventory item weapon, because that's what these are going to be. Selected weapon. Selected weapon is going to equal item, or I gotta cast this as an inventory item weapon item. That alone, when I click the button, should at least... that should at least throw a sprite on the screen. I don't have a reference to that yet. That's why. Try that again. Actually, before I do that, let's hop back in the scene and let's drag the player up here so it's closer to the bench and I don't have to walk all the way over there. Okay, so that's not... halfway working because it is removing it from the inventory. Let me see what's happening over here. That's what's happening. Not in the canvas, that's why it's not being rendered. Yeah, there's some up the... I gotta look at the importing on that. So, okay, so that's there. Cool. And then what I need to do is... set up components. There's gonna be a list of stuff I gotta do in here. Because the first thing I need to do is I gotta make sure these are always set to so it's going to be weapon sprite dot color dot alpha is equal to 0. Not modify the color because it's not a variable. Okay. Color dot clear? Is that what I... Okay, cool. And I can set this just to white later. And then actually one more thing I need to do is when I do that, I need to weapon list dot set up inventory again and pass in the player's inventory, that is. Because that'll remove it out of the menu. Because then now too, I'm gonna do a public override of close menu. And then if selected weapon does not equal, oops. Player dot inventory dot add to inventory selected weapon, and then we're also gonna save off the player. So that way, if I want to have something selected, when I exit out, it's gonna grab the selected weapon, throw it back in the inventory, and save. So not there, click it, appears back out of my inventory. And when I exit out of here, gun is back in my inventory. So now's the hard part, because I gotta get it to draw all these sprites in the correct location and stuff. Because like if I pull up Godot, let me switch to this guy. I don't even think this is gonna straight up not work probably. Okay, it will. Let me unequip this bad boy. So now when I have this guy selected, I need to figure out how to, you know, draw all these things where they need to be. Yeah, actually, and I liked the idea of it auto selecting the... Or a cat wasn't missing the litter box. I like the idea of it auto selecting the first one, because I just realized that's how it's working. I gotta manually flip over to Godot for you guys to see what's happening here, because I have a single pistol and the JK, and if I come in here, there's a pistol and the JK. The JK, yeah. We can worry about, we'll worry about how the menu is going to appear later and what we want to do that. I just need to get it functional at this point. And oh god, annoyingly, that means I gotta figure out, I gotta get all of these attachments into the game too, which is going to be an annoying thing, so I can at least use them. Other fun thing you need to do is making sure that I gotta deal with the shadow there because it's not in the right spot, but minor details. Because it's not as simple as, I mean, in the hideout, it would be as simple as just setting the sorting layer on there, but the problem is, I have to dynamically set that sorting layer. So that way, like, if it's just, say, like a box out in the world, I can be behind it or in front of it. All right, so what I did here, I'm pretty sure I did do some level of, where's the weapon component? Of this already. Yeah. Which isn't bad. Basically just need to grab all of this stuff. Drop it in there. And hope that this is like a 1-to-1. Item dot. Oh wait, no, it's gotta be selected item. Selected weapon dot barrel. Okay, so I gotta do that. And the sprites will have to, though that got wonky. Sprites will have to get sorted out as well. Actually, Rufus, I've been meaning to ask, what is the, like, how often do, because I think, what, is it Thursday nights, that Pokemon fires at the Davis shop? Like, what's the turnout for that? Because I have been tempted to go on Thursdays because I already kind of alternate between, because I play on Mondays right now in Fairfield, and I kind of alternate between, because I play Warhammer also, so it's like 1 week I'm there on Monday, and then the next week I'm there on Thursday, and I'm kind of going back and forth and everything. And how many people show up to that? Because I am thinking about if... Oh, you haven't gone to one yet? Okay. Because it would be more convenient, honestly, for me to do Pokemon at the Davis shop on Thursday, since that's already my night that I go. But I heard from Jello that it doesn't fire for yeah, I heard from Jello that it doesn't fire all the time, but I don't know what's happening or what's going with that. Now, so the $10 for that, actually, you don't leave with nothing. It's you always, the $10 night, like league nights or whatever, stuff like that, you always leave at least with 1 pack. So like, which I mean, still ends up being like a net loss of like, what, $4, something like that. I forget how much just a single booster pack is. But yeah, if you're like, you know, if you can go and like get wins and stuff like that, like you definitely can come out with a lot of packs and actually profit on it. Because like I remember, I mean, geez, there was a pre-release I did where I think we had at the Fairfield shop, one of the pre-releases big enough, and I took like 2nd place or something like that, and I walked home with so many packs. But like, let me put it this way. I'm still learning the game. Like the guys in Fairfield are also pretty good, and my deck kind of like sucks. Like on live, like I do pretty well with my Galvantula deck, but at like in person, I actually just in person in general, outside of that one pre-release I've done probably 9 or 10 like league nights. And like I haven't won a single game like ever at a league night outside of that one pre-release I did. But yet I always, I still always walk home with like a couple packs still. So because it also depends on how many people show up. Because I think the other week we had enough people fire that we played 4 rounds instead of 3, which was kind of cool. And then the prize support was even bigger. Yeah, especially because the Davis shop is technically closer to me mileage wise, I think, but like actual time driving, I'm basically like dead center between the two. And I just end up going to the other shop because I mean I've been going to the other shop for a few years at this point, and so like all the guys I play Warhammer with are all over there, so I can't, and since it's the same distance, I'm like I'll keep going there. So I ended up playing Pokemon there, but I am interested to hang out at the other shop too. Even just to meet more people. One, two, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, like I said, my primary shop will probably still be the Fairfield one, just because that's where I've been going for years. And I know, especially if you're local to the other shop, that's a bit of a hike. Okay, so the community over there is definitely smaller. I think like on average, just a league night in Fairfield, we have like 8 people, and then all of the pre-releases have been like pretty big. So sadly, it almost sounds like if you guys really want to do stuff, it's almost worth making the trek out to the other shop, because there's just way more of us over there. Oh, okay, that makes more sense. But yeah, even then, only 8 people for a pre-release. That's like the normal league nights for us at the other shop, and then our pre-releases are like a lot bigger. But you can at least work with 8. What time is it? Oh man, it's 4 o'clock. Yeah, I'm at the Fairfield one on Thursdays. I'll actually be there this Thursday too, because I'm going to play Warhammer. Because that's the other thing too, is actually because it's, oh geez, middle of November. The amount that I'm playing Pokemon is probably going to start waning a little bit here anyway, because I've got a huge Warhammer tournament in Vegas in January coming up. So I'm going to have to start, you know, shifting more of my actually focusing on Warhammer and preparing for that. So there's going to be a slight lull in Pokemon for me, unfortunately. Once I get through that, though, it'll be business as usual again. Okay, this should run without crashing, even though I have no references to any of these things. Oh, that's funny. Okay, if I have a velocity when I open a menu, I'll keep sliding. I need to add that to the bug list. Google Drive. New doc. Wait, no, not new doc. What am I doing? Yeah, sorry, I got the how my Twitch or my OBS is set up. You can't see the screen because I'm just adding a bug right now. Expected behavior. All right, so let's. So let's go ahead and add. Ooh, actually. Form.local position. Do I do images over here or are they sprites? They're sprite renderers. I don't know if this is going to. Man, it is getting dark out there. This rain was nice. My front yard was a little dead. This might still work. Otherwise, we'll have to figure out a. These might need to be sprite renderers. No, the local position should work. We'll find out. I don't want to say that, and then all of a sudden the sun comes out. I want you there. Don't want you zoomed in. Oh, why are we? I want to rename you. So this is going to be the barrel. This is going to be the handguard. That's going to be the grip. Magazine. Stocks. That's everything we need for those. Go ahead and drag these guys where they need to be. Oh, I forgot to add the image. Now we can drag them over. Then during the setup, we're going to have to go and make sure we set all of these to clear. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, also FYI, the schedule I've got down below, I really need to update it. It's not correct. If you want to continue watching, the current schedule is I do Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 2 to 5. Today I might end probably a little bit early just because it's a weird off day for me now, but I keep forgetting to update down below. But then I should have the links to all my socials are down there too. I do a pretty terrible job of updating like Twitter and Facebook and all that fun stuff, and there's about 5 or 6 of us in the Discord where we're not big enough to where we're really chatting in there yet, but there's a couple people in there, and there's also a notification that goes off when I go live. All things that are kind of half-assed right now and kind of done, but kind of not done. I want to move this to the bottom. And then we got to figure out how to get I need another one of these boxes. So I need another one of these. Nah, I don't need to open it. I need another one of these guys in. Oh, come on. Open bench menu. Content. Bring you in here. Part of the canvas, I guess. attachment list. I need to, oh God, you gotta be way smaller. Probably put you right there for the time being, I guess. Let me flip back over the menu. We're gonna need list dot on item clicked. Attachment, and this is going to be a non-existent method for that. We'll go ahead and add it right now. I accomplished not putting that in. Got the shortcut to move that up. No, that was in the right spot. I accidentally deleted that guy. That's what I did. Oh, what's it called? What's it called? Implement. There, that's what we got. That's what I was looking for. All right. Oh, yeah, and you're gonna take the. This is gonna get a little bit more complex just because there's a bunch of different attachments. I don't actually think it'll matter though. It actually might not be a pain because I'm not doing with them yet or anything. I'm just kind of assigning them to their spot. Because I'll have a couple icons over here that when you click that are going to correspond to the different attachment slots. When you click them is what's going to populate this guy on the different type of attachments. And then when you click in here, they'll attach to the actual weapon, and then you can change around. Man, I saw Alpacas is doing a Veterans Day sale today on their used minis, and there's a couple of them on the shelf in Fairfield that I want, and I almost drove over there today, pick them up, and then realized with how the specific minis I want that are on the shelf, they're so cheap that it honestly would cost me more money to make a special trip out there and gas than I would save on the sale. Got a lot of warnings. New expression can be simplified. What? Do I not have to use new anymore? Hold on. Oh, I forgot you could do that. I gotta clean that up because I want to clear out all these messages. Function initialization can be. Oh yeah, like here's another one where it's just gonna be. That's kind of slick. I'm gonna not do that right now, and I'm gonna put all that stuff in its own like branch. That is cool, good to know. Because I do kind of want to clear out a lot of these. Especially these warnings. The warnings need cleared out. All right, I'm probably gonna go for like another 20 minutes and then call it a day today. Like I said, it's not normally a day I stream anymore. I decided to do it today because I've been inconsistent the last couple weeks because I've been busy, but I definitely appreciate I always wondered if anybody ever saw that thing on Discord that says I went live, because like I'm in a lot of like, especially like game dev Discords, I'm in a lot of them, and I always wonder if people like see it. Granted, I also like there's this weird part of me, and I don't know why, where like I think that there's like a setting in Discord that like detects if OBS or Streamlabs or whatever it is that you use is using oh, I was getting that. Basically what I do all the it's because I never like or is it not? Hold on, let me pull up. Oh yeah, it's not. That's weird. It was working a minute ago. I always have it set to do not disturb. There we go. Now it's working. I must have accidentally disabled stream remote earlier. I think the problem is what I do is I have my status always set to like my studio name. So then it's not like obvious that I'm streaming unless you actually like click on me and then it goes, oh, there's a stream going on. So that probably is what causes people to do it. And I think it was, like my status was like gone today. So like when I went live, it showed like the stream name instead of my studio name. But the problem is I think like having just the stream name on there kind of just looks like not clean sometimes. Maybe I just got to write my stream titles better. All right, so I need to get items into my inventory. That's the... Yeah, it shows the like... Like here, let's see if I can do this without like, actually no, let me make sure it's, oh yeah, there's no real way I can show it without, even though I've like almost basically like halfway doxed myself today already talking about alpacas, but never mind, I'm not gonna pull that up on stream, you know, practice good streaming practices. But yeah, it basically shows the title of your stream as your status, and it just kind of looks bad sometimes. So I just set a custom status when I'm streaming, but then I wonder if that like doesn't make it obvious that I'm like streaming sometimes. There was also a period where like I also kind of wanted to hide it because I was like, I don't like, for whatever reason, I didn't want people I knew knowing I did it, even though that's like counterintuitive, but even though there's people that I personally know that know I do this now too. So it's like a whole dumb thing. I think it was back when I was like, cause I had streamed before, like way back in college, and then like didn't do it forever. And then, you know, started back up again a few, like at the beginning of the year. And I think it was back, yeah, it was like when I first started doing it again, I was like, I don't want people to know I'm doing it, which is like, yeah, counterintuitive. Now I don't care. But I should probably make those team stream titles a little bit cleaner so they can show up nicer on there. But I don't even know if people really click the Discord thing. Besides you. You're like the first person who ever has. At least that I'm aware of. Okay, so I need data. Oh, I need to, okay, let's. Yeah, a lot of the viewers I have these days, I've had a couple like people that randomly pop in. I don't know, like the software section of Twitch is like weird, and I think some people just like to like browse like the low view count people sometimes, and it's easy to do because there's not like a ton of streamers in here. But most of my viewers, like especially like Their Indicator, who was here earlier, there's this long line of when I first moved out here to California, I didn't have a job, and so like I was in charge of like, you know, getting the house going and stuff. So I did a lot of painting and stuff, and I was listening to podcasts and stuff, and I found this game dev podcast that had just started, right? So like I got into that community like super early, like within, like I could tell I was probably like one of the first like 50 people in there, if that. I probably was even less. So like I kind of just like ended up becoming like a prominent person in that community because I had just been there for so long since the beginning. And then what's funny is another guy that was like super early as a listener of that podcast, he ended up like getting himself into having a segment on that podcast, which then turned into him making his own podcast. So that naturally I went over there and stuff like that, and now I've kind of become a bigger member of his community because I've been there from literally since the beginning. And then he started streaming on Twitch, and then through him I started streaming on Twitch. So like there's this really like tight-knit community now of like developers from like these couple like small groups that I ended up working my way into. And so most of my viewers are from like these other like communities that have worked their way over to me. What's neat though is since you followed me today, I am halfway to getting affiliate now. I think I need like another 25 followers, and then I need more people chatting at one time too. That's kind of the goal is to get like affiliate maybe, and then start maybe making a little bit of money off of this stuff. Because any money I get from Twitch is just gonna get thrown into development. Okay, so I need to, in the player, I need to force a, what do these look like? So inventory item attachment. Close out a lot of these. That's the data. What's an inventory item attachment look like? There it is. So it's literally just the base data. I mean inventory item. Okay, cool. So then the player. I'm gonna drag the script over here so I can kind of see what I'm doing. I'll just do it in start, I guess. Or no, I have another. Oh, I got rid of it. Okay, yeah, we'll just do it in start for now. So yeah, it's kind of just like this little like community, and there's like and I kind of have become There's Brad and Zach. They're the Tallest Tower Games, and they have their podcast. And then there's Anxious Buddha Games, who's got his podcast and his stream. And then I just stream. I'm thinking about doing a podcast, but I don't know. But like the three of us are kind of like the bigger, or like are like the content creators in like those communities, I guess. I think there's a handful of other people that do some of that stuff. Like Derindicator, when he was in here before, he streams here and there. He's like straight up making his own game engine right now because that dude's nuts. He's also crazy smart. So I need an inventory item attachment. Attachment equals. Yeah, so we're all kind of working in tandem with each other and kind of growing off of each other and stuff, and it's cool. Attachment is new. And I need the item. Okay. I know how these are mapped out now. You know, you think I would know my own save system. So I'm pretty sure. I wish I did more game jams. The problem is just finding the time to do it. Like, I did a lot of jams in college. Not even necessarily like game jams, just like some software, like jams in general. The problem is now it's just hard to, it's now, you know, that I'm an adult with a job and responsibilities and stuff like that. Like, it's kind of, dude, it's already hard enough sometimes to be able to go do like a 1-day Warhammer tournament, and then like doing like even like the LVO, the one in Vegas that I'm doing, like where I'm gonna be gone for like, that's a 3-day tournament, and I'm gonna be gone for like almost a week for that. Like, just getting time to do stuff like that is a pain. And then, like I said, even just like a 1-day tournament on a weekend sometimes is hard to be able to do. Basically trying to tell my wife that I'm going to ignore her from like Friday to Sunday, and all I'm going to do is sit here and write code is kind of a hard sell sometimes. And it's like, and I know there's game jams too that are longer time periods. The biggest thing though is the problem is it's just hard to do solo. Like, I know there's people that do that, but like, I mean, maybe if I had like, I know there's a couple game jams that me and the guys that I was just talking about have like talked about doing together, but then like schedules don't, you know, someone's always like busy or something like that. So it's just hard to coordinate a team, and it's hard to do it solo because it's like a lot of work to do in a little bit of time. So it's just kind of, I don't really have a lot of opportunities to do it. Okay, so if I open, I should be able to manually inject this in. Yeah, I've been wanting to like start networking more with like actual like people and stuff like that, because it's like, honestly, like, I would love to be able to do this. Like, I love to do this. I want to do it in a team. And I mean, yeah, student age is always a thing. I don't want to be the senior guy, geez. But like, but I mean, the you know, the idea is still there. It's like, I definitely want to try to like network with people more and stuff like that, because like it'd be cool to do this for a living. But honestly, it's like, I just want to like just trying to get a job, honestly. It's breaking into game dev as like a job is like really, really hard to do, and especially when this stuff's so hard to do solo anyway. So it's hard to like, I don't really have a huge like portfolio. Okay, so if I, oh, you literally cannot see the the notepad. I'm just editing a notepad for my save file so I can manually inject a attachments in. Let's do a barrel. Your ID is 4001. And then the item type is going to be, oh God, what is the item type? What's attachment type? Is there an do I have an item type? I do have an item type drop down. Is it in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or it's 0 base? So it's gonna be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that makes it easy. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4 is the item type, and then I need a quantity, which in this instance is just 1. Yeah, so just for reference, what I'm doing is this is my save file, and I just manually injected in the data to the file. So now, provided I typed it in correctly, when I run the game, I should have that item in my stash now. That error doesn't bode well. Cannot convert strings. That should have been fine. Oh, I know what I screwed up. I forgot the item ID 4001. Item type was 4, I believe. And quantity 0. Save that off. Try have. Oh, I had multiple open too. That's a problem. Okay, now it shouldn't throw an error. That sprite is not lined up correctly, but hey, there's my attachment. So like now if I grab, say, a stock, this guy, drop you in there. The item ID for this guy should be 4005. Save that off. And I should have a stock in there now too. Yep, there's a stock in there. The sprites are all wonky, but that's... I don't know why that's the case. standard stock 1, and you're using standard stock 1. So you're this guy. Oops. I don't know why your pivot's weird. That's funky. And it got dark again. Yeah, I'll have to sort out why the sprites are drawing all weird in there. But yeah, so it's 4:30. I don't want to call it here today just because it's not a normal day to stream. Rufus, thanks for checking out the stream, man. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the follow. If you ever come out to the fair, like I said, I'm way more active in Fairfield than I am in Davis, but so if you're ever out there, hit me up. And I definitely am looking to meet more people in the Pokemon community. So yeah, definitely come say hi if you're ever in the area. But yeah, I will be back tomorrow. What is today? Monday? Yeah, I'll definitely let you know if I'm over in the Davis area too. But yeah, so I'll be back tomorrow on my normal schedule. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, 2 to 5, working on this crap. It might be this. I might be in this state tomorrow still. I might not be. Who knows? It depends if I work on it more tonight. But yep, I will see you tomorrow. And anyone else who's still lurking in chat, thanks for hanging out. All the socials down below, and I'll see you next time.